My name is Melanie Redan, and the concept of this piece is cyberbullying.
About sticks and stones. As if broken bones hurt more than the names we got called, and we got called them all. So we grew up believing no one would ever fall in love with us, that we'd be lonely forever, that we'd never meet someone to make us feel like the sun was something they built for us in their tool shed. So broken heartstrings bled the blues as we tried to empty ourselves so we would feel nothing. Don't tell me that hurts less than a broken bone, that an ingrown life is something surgeons can cut away, that there's no way for it to metastasize. It does. She was 8 years old, our first day of grade 3, when she got called ugly. We both got moved to the back of class so we would stop getting bombarded by spitballs. But the school halls were a battleground where we found ourselves outnumbered day after wretched day. We used to stay inside for recess because outside was worse. Outside we'd have to rehearse running away or learn to stay still like statues, giving no clues that we were there in grade 5. They tipped a sign to the front of her desk that read, "Beware of dog." To this day, despite a loving husband, she doesn't think she's beautiful because of a birthmark that takes up a little less than half her face. Kids used to say she looks like a wrong answer that someone tried to erase but couldn't quite get the job done. And they'll never understand that she's raising 2 kids whose definition of beauty begins with the word mom, because they see her heart before they see her skin, because she's only ever always been amazing. He was a broken branch grafted onto a different family tree, adopted. Not because his parents opted for a different destiny. He was 3 when it became a mixed drink of 1 part left alone and 2 parts tragedy. Started therapy in 8th grade. Had a personality made up of tests and pills. Lived like the uphills were mountains and the downhills were cliffs. 4/5 suicidal, a tidal wave of antidepressants, and an adolescence being called pauper. 1 part because of the pills, 99 parts because of the cruelty. He tried to kill himself in grade 10 when a kid who could still go home to mom and dad had the audacity to tell him, "Get over it." As if depression is something that can be remedied by any of the contents found in a first aid kit. To this day, he is a stick of TNT lit from both ends. Could describe to in detail the way the sky bends in the moments before it's about to fall. And despite an army of friends who all call him an inspiration, he remains a conversation piece between people who can't understand. Sometimes being drug-free has less to do with addiction and more to do with sanity. We weren't the only kids who grew up this way. To this day, kids are still being called names. The classics were "Hey Stupid," "Hey Spaz." Seems like every school has an arsenal of names getting updated every year. And if a kid breaks in a school and no one around chooses to hear, do they make a sound?
In today's society, many kids and teens are getting bullied or even cyberbullied, and most choose not to do anything about it. During this pandemic, many kids are feeling lonely or even depressed, mostly because they can't be with those friends that make them happy, that make them smile, and that make them laugh. During this time, today's youth is using the internet as a way of entertainment. Sometimes when they use the internet as a way of entertainment, they get cyberbullied. And in today's youth, they're holding each other to a certain standard of how they should look, of how they should act, and of how they should live. And I personally think that we should be bringing each other up and not tearing each other down. And by holding each other to a certain standard, we're only tearing each other down and making the society worse. When, especially during this time, we should be coming together as a society. I wanted to create this video as an awareness to the bullies, to show the bullies that they don't have it as bad as some of those kids that they're bullying. When those kids go home after they just got bullied, they don't want to talk to anyone. They just want to be alone. And when really they should be with their friends, happy, not sad. And I think that although these bullies think they have it worse, there's always going to be someone that has it worse than them. Thank you for your time.